Java Database Connectivity, or JDBC, is an application programming interface, or API, for the programming language Java, which defines how a client may access a database. It is Java-based data access technology and used for Java database connectivity. It is part of the Java Standard Edition platform from Oracle Corporation. It provides methods to query and update data in a database and is oriented towards relational databases. A JDBC to ODBC bridge enables connections to any ODBC accessible data source in the Java Virtual Machine, or JVM, host environment. Sun Microsystems released JDBC as part of Java Development Kit, or JDK 1.1, on February 19, 1997. Since then, it has been part of the Java Platform Standard Edition, or Java SE. The JDBC classes are contained in the Java package java.sql and javax.sql. Starting with version 3.1, JDBC has been developed under the Java Community Process. JSR 54 specifies JDBC 3.0, included in J2SE 1.4. JSR 114 specifies the JDBC row set additions, and JSR 221 is the specification of JDBC 4.0, included in Java SE 6. JDBC 4.1 is specified by a maintenance release 1 of JSR 221 and is included in Java SE 7. JDBC 4.2 is specified by a maintenance release 2 of JSR 221 and is included in Java SE 8. The latest version, JDBC 4.3, is specified by a maintenance release 3 of JSR 221 and is included in Java SE 9. JDBC allows multiple implementations to exist and be used by the same application. The API provides a mechanism for dynamically loading the correct Java packages and registering them with the JDBC Driver Manager. The Driver Manager is used as a connection factory for creating JDBC connections. JDBC connections support creating and executing statements. These may be update statements, such as SQL's create, insert, update, and delete, or they may be query statements, such as select. Additionally, stored procedures may be invoked through a JDBC connection. JDBC represents statements using one of the following classes. Statement. The statement is sent to the database server each and every time. Prepared statement. The statement is cached and then the execution path is predetermined on the database server, allowing it to be executed multiple times in an efficient manner. Callable statement. Used for executing stored procedures on the database. Update statements such as insert, update, and delete return an update count that indicates how many rows were affected in the database. These statements do not return any other information. Query statements return a JDBC row result set. The row result set is used to walk over the result set. Individual columns in a row are retrieved either by name or by column number. There may be any number of rows in the result set. The row result set has metadata that describes the names of the columns and their types. There is an extension to the basic JDBC API in the javax.sql. JDBC connections are often managed via a connection pool rather than obtained directly from the driver. Host database types, which Java can convert to with a function. When a Java application needs a database connection, one of the driverManager.get connection methods is used to create a JDBC connection. The URL used is dependent upon the particular database and JDBC driver. It will always begin with the JDBC protocol, but the rest is up to the particular vendor. JDBC drivers are client-side adapters installed on the client machine, not on the server, that convert requests from Java programs to a protocol that the DBMS can understand. Commercial and free drivers provide connectivity to most relational database servers. These drivers fall into one of the following types. Type 1, that calls native code to the locally available ODBC driver. Note, in JDBC 4.2, JDBC ODBC bridge has been removed. Type 2, that calls database vendor native library on a client side. This code then talks to database over the network. Type 3, the pure Java driver that talks with the server-side middleware that then talks to the database. Type 4, the pure Java driver that uses database native protocol. Note also a type called an internal JDBC driver, a driver embedded with JRE in Java-enabled SQL databases. It is used for Java stored procedures. This does not fit into the classification scheme above, although it would likely resemble either a Type 2 or Type 4 driver, depending on whether the database itself is implemented in Java or not. An example of this is the KPRB, or Kernel Program Bundled Driver, supplied with Oracle RDBMS. JDBC:default:connection offers a relatively standard way of making such a connection. At least the Oracle database and Apache Derby support it. However, in the case of an internal JDBC driver, the JDBC client actually runs as part of the database being accessed, and so can access data directly rather than through network protocols. Sources. Oracle provides a list of some JDBC drivers and vendors. Simba Technologies ships an SDK for building custom JDBC drivers for any custom or proprietary relational data source. CData Software ships Type 4 JDBC drivers for various applications, databases, and web APIs. RSS Bus Type 4 JDBC drivers for applications, databases, and web services. DataDirect Technologies provides a comprehensive suite of fast Type 4 JDBC drivers for all major databases they advertise as Type 5. IDS Software provides a Type 3 JDBC driver for concurrent access to all major databases. Supported features include result set caching, SSL encryption, custom data source, DB Shield. OpenLink Software ships JDBC drivers for a variety of databases, including bridges to other data access mechanisms, example ODBC, JDBC, which can provide more functionality than the targeted mechanism. JDB Access is a Java persistence library for MySQL and Oracle, which defines major database access operations in an easy, usable API above JDBC. JNet Direct provides a suite of fully Sun J2EE certified high-performance JDBC drivers. JDBC-R4 is a service program written by Scott Clement to allow access to JDBC from RPG on the IBM I. HSQLDB is a RDBMS with a JDBC driver and is available under a BSD license. Schema Crawler is an open-source API that leverages JDBC and makes database metadata available as plain old Java objects, or POJOs.